The Christmas Cub by Justine Korman Fontes, illustrated by Lucinda McQueen. As we read this book today, we're going to look for some sight words. See if you can find the word it. I-T, it. I put it here both ways because if it is the first word in a sentence, it will need to start with a capital I and a lowercase t. If it is in the middle of the sentence, it will have a lowercase I and a capital T. Was, W-A-S, was. To, T-O, to. Of, O-F, of. And, A-N-D, and. The, T-H-E, the. See if you can find the words it, was, to, of, and the as we read the book, The Christmas Cub. The main characters in this book are not people, but they are animals and a tree. This kind of tree that does not lose its leaves is called an evergreen tree. An evergreen tree is the only tree that keeps its green needles or leaves throughout the entire winter, while the rest of the trees lie dormant or sleep through the winter. What animal is this? This animal is a bear. Most bears hibernate through the winter. Hibernate means to sleep. Evergreen trees stay awake through the winter, and bears are supposed to hibernate or sleep through the winter. Let's read The Christmas Cub by Justine Korman Fontes and find out what happens to this evergreen and this little cub. This is the title page of the book. The title is The Christmas Cub by Justine Korman Fontes. That means Justine Korman Fontes is the author. The author writes the words. The illustrator of this book is Lucinda McQueen. If Lucinda McQueen is the illustrator, that means she drew the pictures. When you look at this first page of the book, what is the setting of this story? The setting is where the story takes place. Is this a city, a house, a forest? What is the setting of this story? The setting of this story is the forest. And the main character in this story is the little cub. Cub is the word that describes a young or baby bear. There are several other animals that will also be characters in the book. A long time ago, there was a cub named Pip. He was curious about everything. Pip lived in a big cave with his mother and father. One chilly day, Mama said, "It is time to go to sleep, dear. Winter is nearly here." Remember, bears hibernate through the winter. Hibernate means to sleep all winter long. The setting on this page is still in the forest, but it's inside the cave in the winter. But Pip was too curious to sleep. What was winter? He just had to find out. So he crept out of the cave and into the wintry woods. Pip followed his nose until he came to a cabin. Why do you think Pip's nose would lead him to a cabin? What do you do with your nose? You smell. So why would a smell lead him to a cabin? Who do you think is inside the cabin? What do you think those people are doing inside the cabin? What is this? The little bear wondered out loud. A nearby pine tree replied, "That is a cabin." Pip was curious. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am Evergreen," the pine tree said. She pointed with a branch toward the cabin. "And they are people." Point to the cabin. Point to the people in the cabin. What are the people in the cabin doing that caused a smell to lead Pip to the cabin? Cooking. We know that pine trees don't really talk in real life, but what do you think this pine tree will tell the bear about the people? Let's find out. Pip had never seen people before. They were interesting. They had no fur. And they walked on 2 legs instead of 4. Why do you think that Pip the bear has never seen people before? Have you ever seen a real bear in the forest, not in a zoo? Well, a real bear has not seen you either. Evergreen knew all about people, just as she knew all about winter. "I'm the only tree that stays awake," she explained. "I get to see all of winter, the ice, the snow, and best of all, Christmas." "What is Christmas?" Pip asked. Why does the bear not know what Christmas is? Christmas is beautiful, Evergreen sighed. The people decorate their cabin. Pip peeked through the window. "I'm glad I stayed awake for Christmas," he said. "But Christmas gets even better," said Evergreen. You see the decorations that the people are using on their cabin? Do you decorate your home for Christmas? Does it look anything similar to what the people in the cabin are decorating, or is it different? The people sing special songs, the tree went on. Pip loved the music. "I'm so glad I didn't miss Christmas," he said. But Christmas gets even better, Evergreen laughed. The people bake cookies. Pip liked the smell of cookies. When the people were gone, Pip ate some. He cried, "I love Christmas." Do you sing songs at Christmas? Does someone in your family bake cookies at Christmas? These are traditions that everyone is able to do at Christmas time, of singing songs and eating cookies. Do you know of another story where a little girl ate a bear's food? And in this story, Pip the bear is eating the people's food. But Christmas gets even better, Evergreen said. The people give each other gifts, and it makes them feel Christmas happy. Do people in your family give each other gifts at Christmas? Another Christmas tradition that many families like to participate in. Pip sighed. I wish I could feel Christmas. I wish you could too, Evergreen said. And that gave the tree an idea. The next day, Pip found a present under Evergreen's branches. For me? He asked. Evergreen nodded, and the air smelled like sweet pine. Pip unwrapped his present. It's beautiful, he cried. The little tree felt Christmas happy. The birds helped me make it for you, she said. What did Evergreen give to Pip as a Christmas present? Pip hugged his doll tightly. Now I know what Christmas is, said the little bear. What do you think that Evergreen used to make the doll? Have you ever seen a pine cone? Pine cones grow on evergreen trees. So the pine tree, Evergreen, used part of his own self to give to the bear as a gift. That is truly the joy of giving. But the next day, Pip realized he was wrong. I must find a gift for Evergreen, the cub thought. He looked outside the cave. The rain trickled down from a dull gray sky. What could the little bear give to the tree? Suddenly, the clouds parted. A rainbow appeared. It was so beautiful. Pip thought, that would be the perfect present for Evergreen. So he ran to catch the rainbow. Pip found it shimmering in a puddle. As he watched, the puddle turned to ice. It started to snow. Pip picked up the frozen rainbow out of the icy puddle. The little bear couldn't wait to give Evergreen his special gift. But just as he reached his friend, Pip fell and dropped the rainbow. I broke your gift, Pip sobbed. But it is still beautiful, Evergreen said, and that gave the bear an idea. What was the bear's idea? Now you are the most colorful tree in the world, Pip said. Just then, Santa appeared. What a beautiful tree, he said. I believe you are a Christmas tree. From then on, all the evergreens have been Christmas trees, and cuddly teddy bears have been Santa's favorite gift to give. These are all the words that were used in the book, that if you know these words, you could read them too. Cave, gave, save, brave, grave. Beep, deep, jeep, keep, sleep. Grow, show, snow, rainbow, window. Everything, curious, winter, people, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this story about Evergreen the pine tree teaching Pip the cub about the meaning of Christmas. I hope you also enjoy these Christmas traditions with your family. The Christmas Cub is a great story about the joy of giving. And as you read it, I hope you looked for these words: the, it, was, to, of, and. I hope you have a great Christmas season with all the traditions of singing, baking cookies, decorating, and the joy of giving.